Hi, John Carter here, broker at Remax River City, along with Shane Parent, the associate broker and my business partner owner at Remax River City, and we're here today to interview Angie Resendes. So Angie did a challenge recently, right?
Yeah, she did. She came to me a bit ago, and we see each other at the office often, and was looking for some way to I don't know, light a fire or get some energy going in her business, right? And some ideas. And just through that conversation, she had said that she doesn't hate open houses, and I thought, well, heck, let's do 30 open houses in 30 days. And your first response to that was
I almost passed out.
Yeah. So we talked a little bit about some ideas on how we could make that work and the logistics of it. So the result she was looking for was sign 2 listings.
Yeah.
Have 2 deals pending, and sign 2 buyer brokerage agreements with new buyers.
Yes.
And I said, so I weighed that and said, all right, if you do the challenge and don't hit that result, I'll take care of your bill. And I was willing to take that bet on it. So
cool.
Yeah.
Money where the mouth is on both parts. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So what I understood was when you first kind of launched it, I heard 30 open houses, 30 days. I sort of assumed you'd do like an open house a day for 30 days. But how did it actually play out?
Okay, so I knew it wasn't going to be possible, even when we first spoke,
Right.
just because I've got 2 little kids. The weekends, for me, it's mom time. So basically, I knew that I'd have to double up some open houses. So what I did was I knew that I was going to do each open house for 1 hour. So I tried to pick them in walkable communities. During lunch hours, I found that I had good success. And if there was another agent in the office that had a property close to the one that I was doing, I tried to double them up. So I might do 12 to 1 and 1 to 2. And then it gave me some video exposure for both. And I would try to pre-market at least 1 day in advance on Instagram and Facebook. And
like the whole Facebook Live open houses is a big trend these days too. And from my own experience watching it, I saw your social media of them regularly. Like almost even every day or second day, I would at least see something come past my feed of a live video or a video from you being in an open house that day.
Exactly. And some of those people too were my current buyers and sellers.
Right.
So I was getting a little bit of traction there. And let's face it, I'm still getting a few people walk in the door. Some of the open houses were totally quiet, but I still had, clients to follow up with and things to do. So it's not a loss as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But yes, I did get some good traction out of it and some deals.
So we got some residuals still from that.
Yeah.
So I heard, just to be clear, you started halfway through February till halfway through March.
And the coldest February in 40 years.
Right.
Oh yeah, it was.
So you had some blizzards. I know one of the part of the challenges was you needed to get more signs, right? Because you only had a few signs. We said we want to have massive exposure, especially in areas that you want to work, right? And so I think you were very specific on the types of properties that you did open houses.
Yes,
right?
so that was super important. I tested a couple different things. So I initially only wanted to do City of Edmonton. I stuck with that. Again, like I said, it was going to be walkable communities under 450.
Okay.
I tried to stick with single family homes, usually 3.25 to 450.
Okay.
I did venture out of there for a couple higher end homes, 700s, and new construction. I did 1.
Cool. And so what was the end result? So you got to 18 of them.
Yeah.
So what was the net impact? And you took a couple notes on
sign-ins. I had 45 people. My investment off of it, again, it was only my signage.
Right.
So basically I tried to do Facebook opens through Facebook Live.
Yeah.
And the same through Instagram stories. And I tried initially to kind of jot things down just to that 60 seconds, but I found the stories, I got more hits on them.
Yeah.
So that's what I ended up with.
And when you say hits on the stories, is it like people messaging, interacting back?
Yeah, I found that I got better traction. Like I got likes and so forth off the short videos, but less interaction. So
then what was the rest of it?
Okay, so overall, so CMAs that I got just from people walking through, people I've never met before, I got 2 out of there. Buyer leads, again, a buyer that's essentially going to be purchasing a property, not that one, but in the near future, 3. But
that's signed by a brokerage, right? Like you've got a relationship and a commitment with them.
Yeah. So again, one of those is signed, and the other ones I'm still working with, and they need a little more legwork. But
Right.
I'm confident that I can sign them up. The biggest aha was just basically, again, my sphere and followers and so forth. So I got 5 CMAs.
From your own database.
Yeah, basically friends and so forth,
Or
past
referrals.
clients.
Yeah.
One of which was another agent that I had worked with years ago, referred some clients off to me, which was great. Again, a couple purchased and bought. Another one I just listed for sale. They're purchasing as well. So it's the trickle down effect. Like it's
Right.
just, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. And I think that the theme of it is so positive to be able to say, hey, I'm doing this challenge, and you kind of, people buy into that, right? That they want to support you in whatever way they can in that like challenge. But it also shows how hard you work for your clients. They get to see you, they get to see you at different properties, they see how you promote various properties, and it says, if I'm going to hire a realtor, who do I want to hire, right?
Totally. The biggest thing for me, this is so funny because I kept messaging Shane, and it was a past client that saw my pop-up opens who referred me to a friend of his. I did a market evaluation for them. I haven't even listed the place yet, and he already referred me to somebody else.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh wow. And something, it just made life so much easier when you go to list a property because they have somebody already rooting for you and telling
Totally.
them about me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's awesome.
And I think that's like the good lesson too, is a lot of times people that are like fighting, agents that are fighting social media a bit and wanting that it is a relationship business, it is. But that's such a good example of like how to leverage social media properly, that it is still relationships, but you're just using the technology to leverage the relationship.
I'm definitely going to do another 30 and 30.
Yeah?
Because I kind of like being busy.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking too, like just taking that action, taking on the challenge, you're in momentum because you are doing things and you're not getting in that, oh, I'm not very busy, so, maybe instead of, 8 o'clock, I'm going to sleep until 9, and you just don't have but you're like, no, I have things that I need to do.
Yeah.
And that, like, people get attracted to people that are busy too, right? It's
Right.
like, oh, I want to work with the one that's working, not the one that's waiting for a phone call too, right? So you're in motion. You
And
stay in motion.
especially, we have a lot of successful female realtors, specifically in our brokerage. We have successful all agents, but I'm always admire people that are moms too. Is like, that's a full-time job. And to be able to balance that and with a real estate career, a lot of times people think they don't match, right? That you can't be a successful realtor and a successful mother. But I think you can if you control your schedule,
Yeah,
right?
it's a work in progress, right?
Sure,
Like
always. It's not like it's not challenges on your time and
for
stuff,
sure.
right?
But this fit into the schedule perfectly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was able to, focus in on something and just do it, get it done, and then do the follow-up and then pick up a gigs.
So do open houses work?
Yeah.
Because you hear that, oh, open houses don't work, nobody comes through. And I think we talked earlier, it's not about who shows up. People do, great, engage with them, have something to do while you're there as well. But it's about the activities around that, right? And
Totally.
the signage, the top of mind, the video, the before and after results, what's going on, right? I know that we talked a little bit too, and you had said it also gave great opportunity to give feedback to the sellers. And not all the listings were your listings, right?
No. Again, like I didn't have 30 of my own listings.
Yeah.
So for the ones that I did myself, of course, I did them a couple times.
So you're leveraging other agents in the office and targeting. I loved hearing you say that you were like specific about where, price points, locations.
Yes, because I wanted to be in areas that I want to work in, and I wanted to have a product that I know would be easier for me to get, exposure.
Yeah.
I want to be busy when I'm there.
Yeah, so you're not fighting the market, you're feeding the market. Yeah.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, good. So anything else you took away from it?
Well, if you're planning on doing this, it's in the homework beforehand and just laying it all out and how you're going to do it, because that was a big time suck for me.
And so if you were going to do it again, what would you do differently?
So I think on the social media front, I would I put a little more legwork on that, and I would promote maybe 2 days in advance instead of one. And shoot multiple times so I could just repurpose different video so it's fresh content. Also, I think I would try to hone in some different areas and stay away from that higher end market. And just repurposing material for after the fact. So
Right, because you create so much during that process, you can like leverage that in other ways, right? You talk about like a montage kind of style video, or like
montage, bloopers, whatever. Like as long as it's repurposed, because there's so many hours of footage. Like when you look at the whole thing, why not?
Totally. Yeah. Make the most of it. Awesome. Well, anybody else up for the 30-day 30 open houses challenge? Reach out to us, ask questions, reach out to Angie if you have questions.
Sure,
or she's happy to. She's really busy now because she just picked up so much new business. But, well, thanks so much for doing this today. And
thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, appreciate you sharing with the community. It's awesome.